Finally, we move to the DMX features of the IQ tester. This is perhaps the biggest change from previous versions of the IQ tester. We have simplified the DMX, ArtNet, and streaming ACN menus into the area of DMX receiving and transmission. Here in the DMX transmitter window, we will introduce the concept of output universes and DMX source editors. On this page, you will see a list of several universes of control via ArtNet and streaming ACN. At the top, you will see the DMX output port, which is the 5-pin output. As you can see, we are capable of outputting multiple network sources of ArtNet or streaming ACN, but only one universe of 5-pin output, since the IQ tester only has one output port. At the bottom of the screen, you will find the Add button. Pressing it will open another universe output for either ArtNet or streaming ACN. After I create the output, I can select the expanding menu button on the right side of the screen. This will allow me to configure, enable, or disable, delete, and view the current outputting DMX. I'm going to select the configuration page where I can set the universe number and destination address for ArtNet and streaming ACN outputs. Here you will also see source options. The source is the origin of the DMX control. These can be simple commands like all channels 0 or all channels full. We can also assign the incoming DMX signal from a separate console, which would be connected via DMX cable into the 5-pin female port on top of the unit. Any ArtNet or streaming ACN universe stream can be used as a source of DMX. Since sources can be assigned to any output, you can reroute the data back through the network via the ArtNet or streaming ACN universe output. Or you can send the data through the 5-pin port via DMX cable, similar to a node. As soon as you select the ArtNet or streaming ACN, you are given a configuration page. This allows you to choose the universe you want to source from and enable the output. The last two sources available are Scene Playback and FX Engine. There are 6 static scenes that can be edited directly or saved to internal memory from incoming DMX data via the Dmx Receiver, but we'll come back to that later. The FX Engine is a brand new DMX source feature we have introduced in version 1. To show off the FX Engine, I'm going to back out and select our DMX output port, which is connected to our Razor fixture here on the desk. I will configure this output to use the FX Engine as a source. Then I will move into the configuration page to set the various effects. In the FX configuration page, you are given several options to manipulate the DMX stream. The waveform effect can be modified to a specific BPM speed, channel range, value range, and more. In this case, our Razor pixels begin on channel 9, so I'll adjust the range and apply a slow BPM speed. After deciding the effect settings, all changes are presented in a live preview in the upper right portion of the screen. Additionally, we have a full screen preview which is accessed with the View DMX button at the bottom of the screen. Finally, I'll show you the scene manipulation. Like I said before, these scenes can be captured from the Dmx Receiver or they can be edited directly. We will show you the Dmx Receiver here in a minute, but right now I'd like to focus on the new scene editors we've introduced. When you enter the edit scene mode, you will be presented with the first editor type, the 6-channel fader. You will notice the channel range at the bottom of the screen and arrows which cycle between individual DMX channels or groups of 6. Cycling by group is also assigned to the left and right buttons. If you don't want to cycle through multiple pages, you can simply select a manual range by tapping the range and using the numeric keypad. Fader levels are touch sensitive, so we can grab channel 9 for example and drag the fader up. Faders can also be selected with the button pad. Just press the center button to begin a channel highlight. Left and right will select a specific channel and up and down will change the level. Notice at the top of the fader, both value and percentages are represented. Using the buttons will allow more dexterity to select a specific value. As each button press moves the channel by a value of 1, you can also hold down the button to increase the speed of the selection. You will also see a View DMX button, which shows a preview of the changes we've made so far. You will also see a Clear Values button in the lower right of the screen, which will reset all faders to 0. If you prefer viewing less channel faders, you can try the 4-channel editor, which behaves exactly the same way as the 6-channel editor. For those who are more familiar with numeric channel editing, you can use our Cmd Keypad Editor. Here you will find a usual set of operating keys such as through and at. I'll select a channel range 1 through 17 and set them at value 75. You know you are value editing because of the 255 button in the upper right hand corner. We can also switch the percentage editing by touching this button once. You'll see the same clear values and view DMX options carry over from each editor. Last up are a couple of new editor styles for RGB and Rgbw pixels. These editors are perfect for multiple cell fixtures that are used for pixel mapping. These editors group by pixel instead of channel range, and each fader is color coded. You will have the option of affecting all pixels or single pixels. In the case of single pixels, these navigate in the same way with arrows or buttons. Single pixel editing also has the option to add or clear. If you select clear, all previous changes to DMX values will reset to 0. Pixel add does the opposite, and all changes will remain. Here we are finally in our Dmx Receiver window. Just like our transmitter, all received DMX packets from either ArtNet, streaming ACN, or 5-pin input will show you on this screen. Active streams will indicate the protocol type, source IP, and will show you a packet counter in real time. Simply touching the middle area of the stream will bring up the live Dmx view. This view can be displayed in a variety of formats, such as 48 channel bars, 512 channel bars, which is the default display you just saw, 512 channel grid, RGB grid, and Rgbw grid. These views are just different ways of representing the incoming DMX information and can be used interchangeably to your preference. Here, I'll select the 512 grid. Each square in the 512 grid represents a DMX channel, 1 through 512. Values are shown as intensity of green, where the brightest green signifies at 100% value level. The RGB and Rgbw grid, like our RGB and Rgbw editors in the Dmx transmitter, are organized by pixel. Each square in the grid is a representation of a pixel. Values are represented by actual color approximations of RGB or Rgbw, and also the intensity of color, where the brightest is the highest value. Another popular feature that was carried over from previous versions is the flicker finder. This can be applied over to the 48 channel and the 512 displays. Simply select the type of flicker finder mode, either hold or fade. When using the fade mode, you can configure the fade time up to 10 seconds or 10,000 milliseconds. And finally, if you are receiving a specific stream of DMX that you'd like to record to a static scene playback slot, you can do this from the main menu. Simply select the expandable menu on the right side of the active stream and select Stored Data. From this menu, you can enter the storage destination and whether you'd like to overwrite or merge with a currently saved scene.